July 13th, 2014, 8 years ago, that was when I posted my very first YouTube video. I titled it 4-Day Carrots, and it went viral. It went viral fast. And I really didn't realize what I had done. But it currently has 1.3 million views, and in just a matter of a few days, I gained over 20,000 subscribers. It was amazing in retrospect. Like I said, I didn't really realize at the time what I had done. And I just passed the 30,000 subscriber mark. So most of the subscribers that I have to this channel came 8 years ago with that one video. And the video tells how to, I call it a quirky method for getting carrots started in your garden. And it's a method that's in my Planet Whiz Bang idea book for gardeners. In that video, which by the way has really poor quality, you know, as far as the movie quality, it's really poor. It starts out blurry, it gets a little clearer, and I still have problems trying to get good clarity in my videos. I watch other people's videos and it's like, how do they do that? If you watch that video, you will see 8 years ago, not only how I grew carrots 4 days and got them to germinate in 4 days, but you'll see my garden before I did mini bed gardening. You'll see that I grew raised beds like Steve Solomon tells how to do, and it was a very productive garden. But I grew so much more than what I really needed. The mini bed gardening is more to my liking now at my age and with the scale. It's just my wife and I here. But I'm digressing. I'm going to put a link to that 4-Day Carrots, my very first video. You can see that I'm not comfortable in front of that camera. Also, and I'll put links to the other videos. There was a 4-Day Carrots part 2, part 3, and part 4, all the way through to harvest. I showed that carrot planting in the raised bed. But the point of this video is to tell you that I have come up with a 4-Day Carrots 2.0 technique that I've been thinking about for some time. I'll show you the 4-Day Carrots that I've got planted here in my garden using the technique from 8 years ago, the technique that's in my book, and then I'll just show you the 4-Day Carrots 2.0 technique. So to begin with, here's a bed of carrots planted under the shade discs, the aluminum shade discs that I show in previous videos and that I show in my book, just aluminum. And I keep them in a number 10 can. They fit in there perfectly. And these seeds are planted in pinches of 3. I won't go through the whole thing because I have other videos and it's in the book. And then they're covered. And they're covered because you don't want the soil to dry out after those seeds are planted. You want the seeds to have moisture. If they dry out, they die. It's the kiss of death for carrot seeds to dry out. They're not planted very deep, and here in July, the ground can get quite dry. So they're planted and they're covered, and if it's extremely dry before the seeds come up and I want to water them, I can just take my watering can and water over these pieces, and the water will seep in around. It's not going to, that pouring water is not going to disrupt the seeds that are trying to get started. So now I'll show you some of these shade discs that I just lifted up today. So here's a bed that I planted 5 days ago. These are 5-day carrots. For some reason the 4-day emergence is not happening. Today I looked under the shade discs and I saw one carrot coming up. You can see it right there. There's another one over here. As soon as a carrot, there's another one over there. You see it? Yeah, it bent over there. Got like a gooseneck shape to it. As soon as any emergence at all is visible, the shade discs come up, okay? And they become the little carrot cabanas, as I call them in the book. And these provide a little bit of shade from the hot sun. And by the way, the soil here is very wet because we got a lot of rain in the last day. But the cabanas there that provide a little bit of shade, but let sunlight and air get in there. So the important thing here is that these discs must be raised as soon as there's emergence of any seeds. If not, those carrot seeds under the discs that are still flat on the ground will grow long and leggy, and as they try to reach for sunlight from underneath the disc, and that is counterproductive. That's not good. So right there is the new technique, and the idea here is to plant the carrots in rows, not in little groups of 3. And my reasoning here, why I wanted to do this, is because it's easier to mulch rows than it is those kind of semi-random groups of 3. Now, these are pieces of aluminum, same type of aluminum with wood screwed on, and I have 5 rows. What I did was I used my 5 by 7 planting stick. I compressed the soil in the rows, and I planted the carrot seeds. And you can see, I just raised these today. These are 5-day carrots, by the way, also. You can see a carrot came up there. I've got a carrot, where is it here? It's right there. Okay, so these need to get raised up. And we don't have cabanas. What I have instead is 2 sticks right here that I'm laying over the top of the bed. All right, and those 2 sticks, get them up here, will support these, and they become like shade strips. So I like this idea. It's not as compact, but it is working, and I'll show you a bed that I planted a while back with these shade strips, we'll call them shade strips. Yeah, here's one that I planted. I planted this on July 9th. Today's the 25th. The bed is covered with a cat excluder, very important around here with 2 cats. They have, if I forget that and I've got any bare soil in the bed, those cats will get to it. Now here let me close up here. You can see, using the 5 by 7, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in each row. I planted a pinch using the 5 by 7 in each spot, planted a pinch of seeds, and I've got at least 1 carrot on each one. As they get a little bit bigger, I will come in here and thin them out with scissors, as I show in some of my videos. I won't try to pull them, I'll cut them. I'll trim out all but the biggest, the strongest. And so we'll get 35 bolero carrots, right there, bolero carrots, fall storage carrots, out of this bed, which is more than I'd get with 9 shade discs. I get 27 carrots with those. So yeah, that's the technique. Same principle. We're shading and protecting the soil from drying out, and then raising that shade up temporarily for a couple of days once the seeds sprout, and then removing that and moving on to another bed and repeating the process. Thank you very much for watching. I'll show you. I got a 5 by 7 bed of beets right here. These were bare root beets that I planted. We got another one over there. We got onions here with the 5 by 7 planting technique. Things are happening here, and it's mostly all pretty good this year. Bye-bye.